Yo, what's going on, boys? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at another weapon, and this time we're finally getting to the competitive weapon this season, and it's definitely very interesting this time around. We are finally getting Not Forgotten 2. That is essentially what this weapon is. It is the Not Forgotten, even the same model, but now it's actually Stasis instead of just Solar. Here it is. This is the Solemn Remembrance, the new Stasis Not Forgotten. And even though people rightfully complain about Bungie reusing a bunch of models, this is the one model I really wanted them to reuse, and this is like the perfect way they could have done so by making it the competitive weapon. Now, we already had a competitive hand cannon with the Rose, but that was a 140 hand cannon. That was also a lightweight frame, so that made it pretty unique. And this one's also going to be pretty unique because just like the original Not Forgotten, this is a precision frame hand cannon that's also a 140. And it being a precision frame hand cannon definitely works in his favor, since those hand cannons are just a lot easier to use and a lot more approachable. The accessibility of 180 is definitely much better than like any of the other hand cannons. So even if you're somebody that doesn't really like using hand cannons, I think this one will be pretty good for you. So in today's video, we're going to be going over how you can get your hands on this weapon, what are the perks that you can get on this weapon, and what are some of the best ones if you're looking for a god run on this weapon. And then lastly, we'll have a mini review where I just talk about the things that I like or dislike about the weapon. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel in case you guys haven't already. And now let's get into it, and first let's talk about where you can actually get this weapon from. And being a competitive weapon, you're going to get this weapon from the competitive playlist. You're going to play your 7 placement matches, so you can actually get your very first drop of this weapon. And depending where you're placed, you actually might end up getting more than one drop. So I recommend that you go into the competitive playlist whenever it's the daily feature playlist, so you can get this weapon as well as the amazing new solar sidearm from there. And that way you can get 2 great weapons while just doing your 7 matches. Now, I am gonna warn you, because I just feel like I have to warn you, if you're gonna go into the Crucible when this video goes live, be prepared to run into some crazy lag in some games. It doesn't happen in every game, but I did have some very questionable connections. And also the most frustrating glitch going around right now, that whenever you die aiming down sights, there's a chance that you spawn, and then you are super slow. You basically sprint at like walking speed. It's very annoying and probably one of the most frustrating bugs I ever ran into, so hopefully this thing gets fixed soon. So I just put that out there, I warned you, know what you're getting yourself into. Now if you're seeing this a couple of months afterwards, hopefully that'll be fixed, and now you can just get in there and get the weapon. But now let's move on, and let's take a look at the important things about this weapon. Let's take a look at those trade perks. We're going to have a quick overview of both roles, and then we'll talk a little bit more in depth into some of the best ones. And after that, we'll have some god suggestions for both PvP and PVE. So let's get into it, and let's start with the very first trade perk. So these are the options we're going to have for the very first trade perk. We have Impromptu Ammunition, Build to Blast, Lone Wolf, Headstone, Slide Shot, Scent Moment, and lastly Moving Target. And let's start with PvE, since we don't really have that many choices for PvE. But the main 2 that we're going to be looking for is going to be either Headstone or Impromptu Ammunition. Impromptu Ammunition is going to increase the amount of meter you get after getting a final blow with this weapon, and this affects everything. Your other weapons, your abilities, you're just going to get your ammo back faster. So this one is an okay perk. And then we also have Headstone, which is going to have some nice synergy with the stasis builds, and also give you a bit of back clear with that crystal. So both of these perks I think are going to be pretty good in PvE, but definitely Headstone is the better one. And then for the Crucible, the main 2 perks that you really want to look for are going to be either Slide Shot or Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf is going to give you aim assist, aim down sight speed, and also airborne effectiveness, which is going to be crazy on a weapon like this one, because airborne effectiveness is already really good on this weapon. But the extra aim assist and the aim down sight speed will definitely make you feel a little bit more snappy, which is definitely something you want on this weapon, since it does lack a bit of handling to it. And extra aim assist is always good on a hand cannon, just making it easier to land those shots. So Lone Wolf is going to be a top tier perk, and so will Slide Shot. A Slide Shot is going to partially reload your magazine whenever you slide, and it will also increase your range and stability. The main one that we care about here though is going to be the range, making it a little bit easier to hit those 3 taps even when people are a little bit farther away. The extra stability is also going to be nice, since the higher stability you have, the more flinch resistance you'll have with the weapon. And both of these perks are going to be top tier in the Crucible. You can really go with either of them. Now these are the options we're going to have for the second perk. We have Firefly, Keep Away, Rhyme Stealer, Magnificent Howl, Opening Shot, Precision Instrument, and lastly Eye of the Storm. And all of these are actually pretty decent, but we do have to show off some of the best ones. And let's start off with Crucible. And let's start off with Precision Instrument. This is going to improve your precision damage whenever you deal sustained damage. It can be body shot damage, it can be headshot damage. As long as you're hitting an enemy, you're going to be increasing your precision damage. And the reason why this perk is so good on hand cannons is because it lets you get away with shooting people that are a little bit farther away. That extra damage lets you push your range a little bit more, even past drop off, because even though your damage is dropping off, you still are doing more than enough to be able to 3-tap somebody. So if you want more consistency on the weapon, Precision Instrument is going to be really good, especially if you're going to take those longer range fights. Now we also have the iconic Not Forgotten perk, Magnificent Howl, and while it's not really what it used to be, it can still be pretty fun in 6v6. It's not going to be super consistent in 3v3 mode, so I wouldn't really recommend it from there, but when you're just wearing around in 6v6, 2-tapping people with this perk can be very fun, and also very satisfying. And the final perk that I want to talk about has to be Keep Away. This is going to improve your range, accuracy, and reload speed when there's no enemies around. And while it might not be as strong as it used to be, it's still a very decent perk that you should definitely not just ignore. Now for PvE, I would say the main two are either going to be Magnificent Howl, since in PvE you can proc this a lot more often and really take advantage of that big 50% increased damage, so that's pretty nice there. Or if you're going to go all in on that clip for this weapon, then you also have Firefly. Whenever you hit a precision kill, it will make a big solar explosion and also improve your reload speed. This is going to be fantastic for any sort of thing in PvE, especially because you already have another perk that also does ad clear. So you want to make this hand cannon into like the ultimate ad clear weapon, it definitely lets you. But those are mainly the perks that you want to look for in PvE. And now let's talk about the God Rolls. And we're going to be starting off, and we're going to continue the PvE talk with the God Rolls. And the God Roll that you want for this weapon, which is actually very unique, and is the very first time we see these two perks together, is going to be Headstone plus Firefly. It's going to be the ultimate ad clear roll right here. You get the Firefly explosion, you get the Headstone, which not only does it do more AoE damage, but it's also going to have some really good synergy with the Stasis class. The extra reload from Firefly is also going to be really nice. This is an amazing roll, and if you want to take this weapon to PvE, it has to be with this roll. Now for the Crucible, you're basically going to be able to pair up anything with Slide Shot or Lone Wolf, just because those two perks are just such good perks. So you could go Slide Shot plus Precision Instrument, Slide Shot Keep Away, or even Slide Shot Opening Shot, that could also work as well. And the same thing can be said about Lone Wolf Precision Instrument, Lone Wolf Opening Shot, Lone Wolf Keep Away. All of those rolls are going to be fantastic. And also, we can't forget about this 6v6 killer, which is the Magnificent Howl plus Slide Shot. You being able to put more bullets into the magazine by sliding basically means that you get to reload when you really want to, when you already have some stacks of your Lone Wolf stacked up, so the next kill is guaranteed to be a 2-tap. This one is going to work really well, and like I said, in 6v6, this is going to be such a fun roll to actually run. And those are going to be the perks that I think that you guys should be looking for. And like always, let me know what you guys think about the weapon, and also what's the God Roll that you're going to be going for this thing, if you don't already have it. If you already have a God Roll, let me know that also in the comments below. Now when it comes to the weapon, I expected it to have some really good perks for the Crucible, so that wasn't really a surprise at all. But I definitely didn't expect a banger PvE perk, especially because of just how unique it is. Like I said, this is the very first time in all of Destiny 2 that we've seen these two perks actually paired up together. So it makes this weapon very unique, and it makes the weapon definitely stand out compared to some of the other ones, at least when it comes to PvE. While for PvP, it's just gonna be a good hand cannon all around. Especially if you like the precision frame hand cannons, this is probably gonna end up being your go-to from now on. But with that, we're gonna wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel in case you guys haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care everyone, have a good rest of your day, peace.